one. Long U, an English among Scots. This is a very long story about the first time I was mentally and physically abused by an entitled child at my school. Although I never directly met her parents, they did create this little what's-it and certainly influence her opinions. It's definitely more entitled parents than entitled people. Backstory. My first year of secondary school, aged 11, was an absolute joy. I loved the chaos of changing classes, the battles through the corridors, the journey on the bus, everything. My friend and I often went to lunch club, a room where the new first years could eat their lunch, away from flying juice cartons and cheese baguettes. It was in lunch club when I met the entitled child. Looking back, I can see the warning signs. She was alone, with her feet up and her stuff everywhere, a moody look on her face. But I had tried to take a new look on life and decided to be friendly instead. She actually seemed pretty nice at first. We made a few jokes, introduced ourselves, my friend and I, to her, and settled down to eat our lunch. After a few weeks of this, she had something to tell us. She said that she was being bullied by her classmates and wanted to swap to our class. Of course, I was delighted at the thought of my friend joining my class. However, it all went downhill from there. I think it first started with lunch. I'd leave a jelly snake sitting open in my lunchbox for a moment, and when I turned my head back around, it was gone. Of course I suspected her, but she had told me she only ate organic food at home, on top of being a vegetarian. So maybe she just wanted a treat. She could have just asked though. And that sweet had gelatin in it, which vegetarians can't eat. But I just let it pass over. We had more sweets at home. It was in art, I think, when her entitledness first began to show. Our teacher liked to put everyone's artwork on a table and have everyone pick one they thought was good. I think it's actually a really good method to teach praise. Now, I happen to be quite an arty bean, and we had been working on collage that day. My picture of a rainbow made out of quality street wrappers layered over each other was center stage. Entitled kid's picture of a cat was somewhere to the left. Someone, one of my friends, most likely, singled out my picture for praise, and I was very happy because there was people who are better than me in that class. On my way out, I said so to Ek, and got this response, quick and sharp, mine's better. Alright, I thought, each to their own. Even though mine was better. Duh. She avoided me for the rest of the day after that. She was like that, constantly snapping, like a crocodile with influenza during menstruation. An absolute joy to be around. The kind of joy that makes you want to swallow dive off of Ben Nevis. Anyway, after the art incident, we were kind of on thin ice after that. Anything wrong that you say or do, and she would snap. And this began to heavily impact me. I didn't want to go to school anymore. I would have crying fits alone at night because I was too scared to say anything in front of Ek. Ek was constantly getting me into trouble at school over every little thing I didn't give her. Sweet guidance. Guidance is what we have in Scotland. They are like support teachers you can go to about your problems. Well, obviously I couldn't. My guidance teacher hated me over some stuff that happened earlier that year involving another Ek. So, yeah, fun stuff. Not, I didn't work with her in class guidance. I said I didn't care about her cat's guidance. Oh yes, didn't I say? She took in street cats. Which was odd as the city she lives doesn't have any strays, so I guess she stole them. The day she got her brand new kitten, there was people going door to door in my village about a kitten they had lost that matched the description Ek had given me about the new member of her organic family. Who'da thunk? By this time I was filled with hate. Hate for Ek, hate for school, but mostly hate for myself for hating someone that much. I was at the plotting her death stage. Actually, no, the purchasing the body bag stage. No, the lying to the police stage. You get my lingo. My friend and I had tried to go to guidance on her ourselves a number of times. We asked for advice on how to break friends, how to stand up to her and how to avoid her. And guess what we got back? Here's when the entitled parents come in. Apparently Ek was very upset that I was ignoring her now. Ek said that I was mentally abusing her. Excuse me, you, Hunbin, are the person who, whilst watching the boy in the striped pajamas, burst out laughing at the scene of the Jewish doctor, potato peeler man, TBITSP fans know who I mean, was beaten to death by a Nazi. You, my dearest foul swine, are the one who, I feel bad just for typing this, wishes the Nazis won the Second World War. You, goblin features, are the one who hates Jews because my dad hates Jews. You're a disgusting little mushy pea who was left to rot in the compost heap. I am a blooming ripe banana compared to you. You can see how lovely her parents sound. Someone must have given her these opinions. Guidance told us that EK's parents had called the school and complained about how I, not my friend, just me, was bullying their little girl. I tried to tell the guidance teacher about how horrible she was to me, threatening to kick me. All her awful comments, everything. And then the guidance teacher told me something you should never tell anyone. She said that I had to be friends with Ek, and that I would be receiving detention if I ever complained about her again. Needless to say, I was very angry and upset about that whole debacle, thus resulting in my snap. Thanos would be proud. The last lesson we had that day was music. Ugh, now. Ek hadn't been there the last week, heaven only knows why, along with a couple of other kids. This is what spurned my snap. The conversation goes as follows: Ek, entitled kid, T, teacher, RS, random student, and M, yours truly winking face, T. Okay, guys. Today we will be continuing our performance pieces. RS, I wasn't here when we started. What will I do? T, just try and catch up with the other people in your group. RS, okay. Ek then turned to me and the friends I was sitting with. Ek, I don't think I should have to do anything. I don't want to. Now. For some reason that even I can't work out, I snapped. Properly snapped. Pure, filled with rage. All 6 infinity stones snapped. But unlike most people, I don't get rude when angry. I get very polite. Another thing I can't work out, lol, me, oh, do shut up. Laughs from my friends. We all don't like her. Ek turns all the shades of red in the color spectrum. I get up to get my xylophone, and so does Ek. This then follows. Ek, why are you such a bully? Op. You're so horrible to me. She then kicks me hard in both my shins and runs out the door crying about reporting me to guidance. My friends are all in shock and ask me if I am all right. One thing I can't work out is how she managed to kick me in both legs. So, kudos for Ek for ninja skills. Halfway through practicing my music, aka my friends and I eating biscuits in the practice room, I get the expected summon to guidance. GT equals guidance teacher. GT, op. I am fed up of hearing about how you bully Ek. Me, believe me, so am I. GT. It is no laughing matter, op. Ek is your friend. Me, no, she's not. I want nothing to do with a racist, homophobic, prejudiced idiot. GT. Ek says you have been physically and emotionally bullying her all this term. Even though I asked you to be friends. She says you kicked her in the legs. Me, actually, it's more the other way around. GT, no, it's not. Ek was very upset and I want you to apologize to her. Me, given no choice. Okay. GT, good. I hope I won't have to see you again. Sadly for GT, we had a plethora of cozy little chats over the next few years, all to do with Ek. I will post 'em if y'all ask me to. Thanks for reading, y'all.